and welcome to another Dave Does video, and today we're doing supporting of the unsigned or the unknown or relatively unknown bands on the music scene. So they may be known within sort of certain niches or certain localities, but they haven't really blown up onto the bigger screen. So it's worth always supporting these bands and checking them out and finding out a little bit of new music. So hopefully this will be new for yourselves as well. We're going to be checking out Elysian Divide, and the song is Loser. 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 I don't know why I did that. Okay, right. Let's have a look at what they've put in their press release in relation to this. So this is the song's coming out on the it's either the 19th of July or the 10th of July. It depends. It says two different times in their bits, but I'm going to read the first part anyway. A world coming down from the incursion of new metal. I don't mind new metal. Juxtaposed with a pop-friendly feel-good factor of cliché pop bands with heavy down-tuned guitars is where female-fronted Elysian Divide draws a line in the sand. Okay. While everything that was original is celebrated with comeback tours and our ancient metal ancestors, Elysian Divide seeks to redress the balance and do something a little bit more innovative. Somewhere between heaven and hell is where you'll find Elysian Divide, citing many divergent influences, including them In the Moment, Pantera, Machine Head, Insomnium, and In Flames. That's a hell of a mix to throw in there. Elysian Divide sound aims to augment the heavy with the beautifully melodic. This is combined with fiery female vocal, which is signature to their sound. Elysian's Divide's live set is highly energetic and a dynamic stage show, heavily influenced by the drive one may have experienced with bands that define the true essence of live. Is it life or live? Essence of live through the 90s. I'm not sure if they meant to say live through the 90s or live through the 90s. Okay, so a couple of things that they always put. It's interesting when you see press releases, because I read a few of them when I get sort of band stuff that gets sent to me to have a look at, but I always find it where it's interesting when bands try to say we're different, we're the anti-version of what's going on, we're that. It's very difficult to sort of say that, because there's a reason why these things are popular. People go on about new metal's dead. New metal still has got a popular following. It may not be as popular as it was, but it still has a lot of popularity. People still listen to it. When you sort of say things like, where was the line? Elysian draws a line in the sand. I don't know if you have to draw a line in the sand. I think you can. Everything has its elements. There's going to be people that like that style of music, likes the pop friendly stuff. So everyone, I think there's a niche market for everything in there. But while everything that was original is celebrated with comeback tours of our ancient metal ancestors, that's the problem. We struggle to let bands go. I've stopped going and seeing bands like Metallica and stuff because there's nothing for me to see there. It's then regurgitating the same songs out time and time again, same as Megadeth, etc. I've seen the bands live a few times, and I only really want to see new bands that I've never seen. So I don't tend to see bands time and time again. I go see them, watch them once, get to see that live show, and then go and spend my money on a ticket for a band I've not seen before, so I can experience that rather than just keep going. And people say, I've seen Metallica 30 times, man! So you've seen them play the same song the same way with the same audience interaction 30 times. I'm not sure if that's actually really that worth it, to be honest, for the price, especially their tickets prices. But each to their own. I'm sure that I'm going to get slated for saying it's not worth going to see Metallica, but I personally wouldn't spend the money to go see them anymore. I would have loved to have seen so I've never seen Machine Head. I'd love to see Machine Head, but I'd only ever go see them once. But okay, I've sort of distracted there. This is on Elysian Divide seeks to redress the balance and do something a little bit more innovative. Now, you're setting yourself up here, saying you're going to be innovative, means that if you're not innovative, I'm going to call you out on it. If you sound like every other band, you're gonna get called for that. Don't put yourself out there, and that's what you got to be careful with press releases. Don't set yourself up for a fail on it. But so this is the latest single from Elysian Divide. The track is taken from their EP Beast, which was released 31st of October last year. So okay, so the track's out there anyway, so it's not like it's a new track, it's just a new video. Okay, cool. Now, if you like this video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like, share, leave the comments down below, get involved with the challenges. We've got the original covers original versus covers, and we've got the Greatest Song Ever challenge. Details are in the description down below. If you want to support this channel, you can do so via Patreon, priority video requests, Right Inside Craft Shop, and Bandcamp for the band Nothing Gained. We also have a guitar raffle going on at the moment, which is going to be up here, all the details. And this gives you, for £5, a chance to win your own custom built guitar. So well worth getting involved for that. All the details of which are down in the description. Now, what else we got? So this song is going to be a scored reaction. We score out 4 categories. We have lyrics, melody, hook, and overall appeal. And this is based on the concept of scored out of 100. And it is the question of, if we asked 100 people what they thought of the song, i.e. the lyrics of the song, how many would say yes, they connected with the lyrics, they understood the lyrics, and they liked the lyrics. So if you've scored more than 50, you're doing well. Less than 50 means that, yeah, more than half wouldn't actually like your song. So not many bands I've reacted to get less than 50, but it does happen. Right, this is Elysian, Divide and Lose. I'm going to count it in 3, 2, 1, go! Space to make some notes.
Who said our life is short? You must take everything from me. Just live your dreams.
Okay, so that's Elysian Divide and the song Loser. Long ass outro again. So they need to trim that down before they release that one. The official music video got like 10 seconds of blank space at the end of your video. Okay. Ooh, it's overheating now. It's a nice track. So, do I pick fault now with the word innovative? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to call it. So, especially when you listen to as many videos as I do for reactions, the challenge for me is that I do hear so many different genres of music, so many different, well, within the rock genres, so all the different metal genres, etc. So it's not anything that I haven't heard before. However, it is a very good example of that sort of style of music. So it's a good example, but I wouldn't say it's innovative. It's just a... I've listened to a lot of female-fronted rock metal bands, especially from the UK. People like Scarlet Riot. We've got Let's from the Fire I did recently. There's a few American bands that kind of I can't even think of the names of the bands now. But they all have this kind of upfront female who's got this angry, angst attitude towards music and towards her vocals, all kind of get the point across. Rightfully so, you're talking about an aggressive style of music. And I kind of wrote down for genre-wise, and it's interesting that in the press thing they talked about, what was it they said in their press? Pop-friendly feel-good factor of cliche pop bands and heavy down-tuned guitars. So yeah, they haven't got the heavy down-tuned guitars and the cliched pop bands. They're not that, but they are, is how I put it, power pop punk groove metal. There we go. Power pop punk groove metal. That's the genre I've put them into. And the reason I put that is it's got that ba-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da-da-dum, ba-da. That's a cool groove metal riff. And yeah, I could hear bands like kind of the Pantera sort of stuff doing that, and maybe the solo as well kind of had a Pantera type vibe. Vocally, I was trying to think of more of like the classic vocals of like female fronted punky bands. The first name that came was Susie Quattro, but I'm sure there's other bands that was more in line, but it was just the first name that kind of popped into my head as I was trying to think of a comparison. But yeah, it was a cool track. It had kind of lots of angst in it, funny video. I'd need to hear more of the EP to know more about the band. I think it's hard from just one particular sort of style. The thing in this moment, yeah, I kind of get the vibe off there. A little bit of Pantera, yeah. Not really getting the Machine Head. Maybe that riff, though. So maybe that's where they've put that in there. I didn't hear any real In Flames influence in there, but maybe that's just me for that particular song. But it wasn't a bad track at all. It was enjoyable. It had a cool vibe to it overall. But to find out more about how that band kind of sits, I would have to listen to the rest of the EP. But let me know what you think of the song in the description down below. Let me know about other bands who have got a kind of similar, because obviously I saw a lot of these sort of bands out on tours in the UK historically. As I said, bands like Scarlet Riot, different vocal style for Scarlet Riot, but has that kind of trying to go for the heavy. They were a bit more, Scarlet Riot more poppy. Pop, they're more hard rock, I'd guess, than this. This is more like, as I said, groove punk pop, whatever you want to call it. Power pop, was it? Power pop punk groove metal. But yeah, it was fun. It was good to go check these guys out. So if you want to check out more, go check out Elysian Divide. Official video comes out, or single comes out on the 19th of July, so you check that out. If you like the video, please do subscribe, click the bell icon, like, share, leave the comments down below, and that, of course, is how Dave does it.